If you want to build an NEMT company that works, you want to measure the right things. Not everything, just a few signals that let you know the truth about whether the company is functioning or not. Good afternoon, my name is Lorenzo. I've been in EMT for almost a decade, and I've spent the last few years managing operations inside of a non-emergency ambulance company. In this new short series, I'm going to break down the metrics that help you understand your non-emergency transport company. There will be 4 layers inside of this series, and layer 1 is this video, operational execution. And this has a straightforward question. Are we doing the work? So let's get into the operational execution layer. There will be 4 signals inside of this layer. And the first one is trips per truck per day. Now what it measures. This measures the volume the pod produces relative to its capacity. If the number is too low, the pod isn't generating enough work to cover its costs. If the number is too high, the pod becomes fragile. It starts overwhelming the crews, compressing documentation time, and pushing dispatch into reactive mode. Now here's why it matters. So this signal matters because the volume is the foundation. If volume isn't healthy, everything else downstream suffers. Now to signal 2, on-time performance. What this measures is the performance of pickups that are completed inside the window the facility was promised. Facilities won't argue about this. They won't complain. They'll just quietly send volume to someone else. Why this matters. On-time performance matters because it is the metric that determines whether the market trusts you. And without trust, the pod can't maintain volume consistency. And without consistency, it can't scale. Signal 3, utilization rate. What this measures. This tells you how much of your available truck hours are being used for billable work versus sitting idle. If utilization is low, it means the trucks are sitting, crews are waiting, and the opportunity is being wasted. If utilization is too high, there's no buffer for delays, no room for unexpected trip duration, and no space for dispatch to think strategically. Now why this matters. Utilization matters because it indicates whether the pod is operating at an efficient pace or just surviving day to day. Now our 4th and final signal, cancellation and no-show rate. What this measures. This measures how many scheduled trips never convert into revenue. Cancellations burn fuel, burn wages, burn time, and produce nothing. High cancellation volumes usually hides inside the operation because it feels like busy work, but it doesn't pay. Now this matters because cancellation quietly erode margins and create frustration for crews who feel like they're working but not seeing the results of that work. When you combine these 4 signals, you get operational truth. A company that has a healthy trip volume, a balanced utilization, an on-time trip performance, and low cancellations, that's a company that's not fragile, it's not reactive, and it's not pretending to be a company. It's actually functioning as one. And if this layer is strong, it creates a good starting point for the rest of the layers. And if the foundations aren't strong, nothing else works. I hope this was digestible. Thank you for watching. This has been the Metric Series, Operational Execution. I'll see you guys in the next one.